Setting up shipping on your TikTok shop should not be difficult in 2025. This is why you've come to the right place, and I'm going to show you from beginning to end every single step that you must master in order to get this set up the right way. If you're new here, my name is Daniel. Subscribe to the channel, and of course give this video a big thumbs up, and let's get it out to a lot more people. So let's go ahead and dive right in. From the home page, you want to go ahead and go to the top right. You're going to see your profile. You want to go ahead and click on that, and then you want to scroll down to where you're going to see my account, and from here you want to go down to account settings. And then once you're here, this is a section where you're going to go ahead and set up a warehouse. Okay, these are the warehouse settings. So if you ever get lost trying to get here, just follow these quick simple steps and you'll never get lost ever again. Okay, so from here you want to see in this section here where it says add warehouse, you want to click on that. You want to select where it says United States. Now depending on where you are, it's going to be a different country, but I am located here in the States. If you're in a different country, then it'll be a bit of a different setup, but that would be for a future video. So it's going to ask you for a couple bits of information. So you need a warehouse name. Now if you're working with a 3PL company or you're working with a drop shipping company, then that name will go here of the warehouse. Now because this is an example, I'm just gonna call this West Coast Warehouse, and could be whatever you want it to be honest with you, but that's the example I'm gonna go with. Okay, you're gonna need a contact person. You can enter your name here if you're the one who's gonna be doing all the shipping, but if you have someone in a 3PL that is your contact person, then I will put their name in here. So like I said, this is all just for example, so I'm gonna place here Mr. John Smith, and then you're going to want to put in a contact number, which I have one, the 305-555-5211. Again, this is all dummy information. This is not actually information from a warehouse. I keep that obviously safeguarded. And then here you want to go ahead and enter the address. So we've got 1223 Southwest A Street. Now this is the address of where your warehouse is located. So if it happens to be your house because you're shipping out of your house, then that's the address you have to put there. Okay, if you're working with a 3PL or you're working with another logistics company that's giving you services for warehousing your products, then that address needs to go right here. Your region. So like I said, I am in the United States. Okay, that was quite the scrolling there, so make sure you know exactly where you're located and put that in there. Okay, so next is going to be our zip code, which I have here 33135. Okay, moving right along, then you want to go ahead and set up your shipping regions. So that's down here. You want to click on this arrow, and then it's going to bring up the United States, and then it's going to show you all of the states in which TikTok will allow you to ship to. Okay, so depending on what your business model is and how you're getting these products out, you should be able, or your suppliers should be able to ship to every single state. Now because I am drop shipping, you know, there are certain states where I don't ship to. In this case it would be Alaska. Okay, and typically Hawaii and Puerto Rico are also a bit of a challenge at times, but I don't think that well, I'm sorry, let me pause. Hawaii is on here, so for my intensive purposes I do not want to ship to Hawaii. If you're able to, then go ahead and do so. And then Puerto Rico will be the last one, but if I'm not mistaken, Puerto Rico is not part of this list. So that will be the last of it for my warehouse settings. And then I'm going to go ahead and click save, and then it's going to show me a correction based on address information that they have. So I'll go ahead with the suggestion and then click save, and that will be the last step for you to complete setting up your warehouse. Okay, so if you reached this point of the video, congratulations, you've been able to set up a warehouse. And now it's gonna get even more important, because now that you have a warehouse, you can start to set up your actual shipping. Welcome back, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. You have no idea how much it really helps the channel continue to grow. And be sure to smash that like button before you leave today's video. It will do me a huge solid. Okay guys, so right here you're going to see shipping options. Okay, so you're gonna go click on that. It's an external link and it's gonna open up this tab right here. Okay, now you've got TikTok shipping, which is what I'm currently set up as right now inside of TikTok shop, but you can actually switch this option into seller shipping. Okay, now I don't have time in this video to cover what's the difference between the two, but if you have any questions, just drop them down in the comment section below and I'll be happy to answer them. But for this video, you're gonna have to pick one, and I'm gonna go with seller shipping because I'm drop shipping, so I want to be able to have control of creating the labels, making sure that I have the name, the address, the zip code of the order in order to be able to drop ship the product. Okay, so I'm gonna set this up right now and I'll show you exactly how to do that. All right, so from here I already went ahead and selected seller shipping, which is what you see there on screen. I'm gonna hit OK. So now you see down here is a shipping template. Now there's a video that I published, I think it's almost been a year ago, and people were getting lost as far as, oh, where's the shipping template? I can't find the shipping template. Well, it's right here, all right? So this is where you have to go ahead and set this up, okay? Now, because I already done this before, you can see down here that my warehouses are coming up and also the places where I'm excluding, which is Hawaii and Alaska. But if you're doing this for the first time, then you're gonna have to create a new template, which we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. So I'm gonna take a second. I'm probably just gonna edit this out anyways. Okay, you have to give your template a name. So name it, and then where are you shipping from? So this is the reason why you set up a warehouse first, and I'm gonna go with my default. In your case, it would be the warehouse that we just finished setting up, and then your rate. So are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do the shipping? Is it gonna be based on weight or based on quantity? Now, traditionally, it's done on weight, but it all depends on what your needs are. Okay, but for this example, I'm going with the weight. You are offered 3 different kinds of shipping on TikTok. You've got economy, you've got express, and you've got standard. Okay, now this can be a little bit tricky because depending on how you're getting your products, you may need more days for the product actually to arrive. So if you're someone who's coming from the drop shipping space, then I would recommend that you first go with economy because you get 11 days for the product to actually arrive. Okay, now don't get me wrong, it maybe doesn't make for a very good experience, but when you're drop shipping, you really have zero control over how quickly that package is going to get there. So every day that you can get in your favor, I think is a plus. All right, now if you're working with a different supplier that is shipping the product very quickly, then you can likely go with the standard shipping and you can go ahead and set that up. Okay, now here is, and we're going to use standard shipping as the example because it's already checked off. You would put in your rate, like how much is it going to cost you to get this shipped out. Okay, so we're gonna say that for argument's sake, it's gonna cost you $10.99, right? So that's gonna be your flat rate, and then here is gonna be the places where you're gonna be able to deliver. Okay, so let's click edit here for just a minute, and then you can see exactly what it is that I am seeing. So you've got all the different regions in the United States and all the different states that you can ship to. Okay, now again, I sound like a broken record, but I'm drop shipping. Okay, so let me see here if there's any state that might be a problem for me. Okay, I know I mentioned Alaska and Hawaii, but they're already checked off. Every other state I should be fine with. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click save. So once this is done, you'll go ahead and then click submit. But before we do that, let's just glance over real quickly if there's anything else that we want to do. Oh, before I forget, you can have more than one shipping policy. Okay, you can actually set up all 3 if you want, because maybe there's some products that's going to take you longer to send, so you want to do those with free economy. And then there might be other products where you can ship them faster. It's going to create a better customer experience. So maybe for those you want to do express shipping, and then you would put in your, you know, flat rate. So it could be free if you're doing free shipping, or it could be, you know, $5.99 as an example. This is not, I'm not saying this is the number that should go here. This is an example based on whatever your circumstances are. And then you will go ahead and add all the regions here. Okay, but because we're not going to do that right now, it's just as an example, we're going to leave that as a 0, and then we'll go ahead and click submit.